Okay, I am recording. Hey, friends, busy mamas. Today we're going to talk about maybe my chair's okay. Today I want to talk about how one high calorie meal, one high calorie day is not going to destroy all your progress. So before I even get started, I want to say that, well, I should watch the timer because I go too long. I just want to say, so if you are like training for a competition, if you're like, a fitness person, if you're a professional athlete, then this isn't going to pertain to you. So you're not going to like what I have to say. I'm talking to just the average mom like myself who wants to feel good. I try to, keep my food in check and I work out and I want to be healthy and strong. And when I see the scale hit a certain point, I'm like, okay, Sarah, that's a reality check that you need to get some other things in your life in order because you're just, using food a little too crazy. So here's something that I often see happen is that you are going along, you've set your goals, and then you have a weekend or a day that is like out of control. And then what you decide from there is that, well, I've blown it and this is never going to work. That's so not true. It's so not true. It's when you let that continue to happen for like the next like year or 6 months or even like the next month. Sure, you might undo the progress that you have done, but if you will just be like, okay, yeah, I went out to eat and I ate, way more calories than I wanted to. Here's one thing that I often find funny. I'll have some clients will be like, yeah, I ate like so insane and crazy. And then when I look at their calorie count, because they send me their, daily, we check in with accountability. I'm like, you actually just ate at your maintenance. Like you are totally fine. Like your body's going to be good. And so it's the story that we tend to tell ourselves. And so I want to give you just one way to look at this. And so because, right, you're going to have vacations, you're going to have holidays, you're going to have different things that come up. And so how do I kind of view it? Well, I'd never heard it put this way, but I was listening to a podcast and I can't remember the guy's name, but he said he has an A, B, and a C eating plan, right? So A is like when I'm at home and I'm in complete control of everything I eat, this is the A plan. Like this is what I do. And then he was like, when I'm traveling and on the road, I have the B plan, and the B plan looks a little different than the A plan when I'm in control of everything. And then the C plan, I don't remember what his C plan was, but for me, I would say it's like holidays and special events and things that come up. And I'm not like on the road a lot, so I don't relate to that. But even for you, like what if you have an A plan and a B plan? And then you allow yourself the freedom, because here's the thing, I think, and this is why I'm a life coach that does weight loss accountability and coaching, because like we are more than just our weight loss. Like we have so much else in our life that we care about. And so if we don't take into account the whole situation and the whole picture of our life, like at Thanksgiving, do you really want to like ignore grandma's like favorite dish just because it's got extra calories in it and you're only going to have it once a year, but you're like, I'm on track today. If you want to, that's fine. But I just wanted you to know that you're making that decision based on what you want your overall life experience to be, right? So for me, when it would maybe come to the holidays, I should do a whole video on this. Like I would say, forget the roll if it's like gross, unless it's someone's like homemade potato roll, like then just like enjoy it. Corn, okay? Like you can open up a can of corn and make corn any time of the year. Okay, don't eat the corn. Put those calories towards the deliciousness that grandma's going to make. And if you're doing like keto or something, then that's like a whole different ballgame. I do all the macronutrients. And so for me, it's more of just, a balance and an ebb and flow and sometimes higher carb, lower carb. But I mix it all together because that just works for me and my lifestyle. And so choose the foods that are going to serve you. If you're going to go out to eat less that morning. Look at your calorie count even as a week. I don't know if you've ever done that before. Sometimes when we just have this like constant thing with no change, our bodies also can adapt to that. So I actually think it's good sometimes. And you might even notice the scale drops. Like say you've been consistent for 3 weeks straight. You're eating like 1,600 calories a day, same foods every day. And then you go out for a weekend and you kind of just like, oh, whatever, I'm going to let loose. I don't care. And maybe you eat like 2,300 calories a day. And then you like drop a pound and you're like, what happened? Well, A, could have been because you were enjoying yourself and your cortisol levels went down and stress kind of chilled out. B, your body might have been like, oh, like this is different. Like I'm going to wake up. I'm actually going to do something today. Like I'm going to like burn these extra calories. So I think it's just, I guess the whole point of this video is I want you to think long-term. Sometimes I will look at, like, I look at my week as a whole. On average, how many calories was I eating a day? Because some days maybe I'm just like not that hungry. And on those days, I'm not going to force myself to hit how many, like calories I exact need if I'm just not feeling it, because I know the next day I might be feeling more hungry. And on that day, I might eat a little bit more, because it all kind of balances out over the course of the week. Now, for some of you, you're going to say, Sarah, that stresses me out and that's too much freedom and I need to just be like, well, then that's what you need to do for you and that's going to work. But what I want to say is, even as much as you want it all to be perfect and in order and controlled, it's not always going to be that way. So I just want you to have grace to then get back on it if that's what you need. Okay. So I hope this is helpful to you. One bad day, even a week, one trip, enjoy your vacation, and then get home and get back on your A plan, right? Vacation can be the B plan. And then here's the thing, when you consciously go in knowing that, that's where you find the freedom. I think it's when we just like don't care and then we're like, oh no, and then we judge ourselves and then we feel miserable because we, like you drank too much on your vacation or you ate too much. But if you decide, like, so for me on vacation, I eat at last year I didn't even track, but like I would at least try to eat at my, my maintenance level. And then if I want to eat more, like I will work out, or I'll eat a really light breakfast or not even eat breakfast. I'll do maybe intermittent fasting because I know, hey, we're going to be having different kinds of restaurants and bigger meals than maybe I would at home. So I'll fast until like lunch, and then we'll just do lunch and dinner out or whatever we're doing to make it work for you. So I just want you to feel more options, that it doesn't have to be so rigid, because you're not a professional athlete. Like you're just a woman wanting to enjoy life, wanting to feel good in your body. Just take the whole picture into consideration. That is what I want to leave you with. All right. I will talk to you later. If you need support and accountability, you can click on over to that page. I have two options. I have just the 3-week accountability, or I have the full package where we're going to work together for 8 weeks and we're going to do coaching where we actually dive into what's beneath the surface of the weight and how do we actually bust through that so that you can have long-term success. Okay. I'll talk to you later.